Namaste. My name is JVN Manisha Singh, Assistant Professor in Department of Food and Biotechnology under Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Sciences in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. I am teaching you subject Unit Operation in Food Industry for class BSc FST second semester and BTech FPT second semester. Okay. In today's session, we will discuss all about the refrigeration, its principle, its components, its functions. Okay, so let's start with the topic refrigeration. Okay, so the refrigeration is the mechanism used for lowering or producing the low temperature in a body or a space whose temperature is already below the temperature of its surrounding and is known as a refrigeration system. So here the heat is being generally pumped from low level to the higher one and rejected at the high temperature. Okay, so the term refrigeration may be defined as the process of removing the heat from a substance under the controlled condition. Okay, so it is also includes the process of reducing heat and maintaining the temperature of a body below the general temperature of its surrounding. In other words, the refrigeration means a continued extraction of a heat from a body whose temperature is already below the temperature of its surroundings. Next is the coefficient of performance, also denoted as COP. COP is a measure of efficiency of a refrigeration cycle or a system. It is basically a ratio of refrigerating effect to the energy spent and the refrigerating effect in the amount of heat removal or absorbed from the substance to be cooled. Okay, so the energy spent may be in the form of the work in VCR or heat in VAR. The transfer of heat from a low temperature region to a high temperature region, one requires a special devices which are known as refrigerators. And you may often see the refrigerators at your home, laboratories, various mega marts, in restaurants as well. Okay, so another device that transfers heat from a low temperature medium to a high temperature one is known as the heat pump. So the refrigerators and the heat pumps are essentially the same devices and they differ in their objectives only. Okay, so the coefficient of performance is the formula is the desired output is divided by the required input. That means the cooling effect is divided by work input, that is QL by W. Okay, so next is a COP-HP, that is for the heat pump, and that formula is desired output upon required input. That means the heating effect upon the work input is equal to QH upon W, and the coefficient of performance for the heat pump is equal to coefficient of performance for refrigerator plus 1. Okay, for that fixed values of the QL and QH, and the objective of a refrigerator is to remove heat, that is the QL, from the cold medium, and the objective of a heat pump is to supply heat QH to a warm medium. A refrigerator is basically a reversed heat engine or a heat pump which takes out the heat from a cold body and delivers it to a hot body. Okay, so the refrigerant is a heat carrying medium which during their cycle in a refrigeration system absorbs heat from a low temperature system and delivers it to a high temperature system. Okay, so what are the different units of refrigeration? The capacity of a refrigeration unit is generally expressed in tons of refrigeration. Okay, so the rate of removal of heat in cooling operation was expressed in terms of kilograms, or the tons of ice required per unit time, usually a day. And the quantity of heat required to remove from 1 ton ice within the 24 hours when initial condition of water is 0 degree centigrade, because the same cooling effect will be given by the melting the same ice. Okay, So the uses of systems: cooling of food stores and the cargo, cooling of electronic spaces and equipment like CIC, radio, radar, sonar, and air conditioning for crew comfort. Okay, so in refrigeration system, the heat is being generally pumped from low level to the higher one and rejected at that temperature. This rejection of heat from low level to the higher level of temperature can only be performed with the help of external work according to the second law of thermodynamics, under which the total amount of heat being rejected to the outside body consists of two parts. Number one is the heat extracted from the body to be cooled, and number two is the heat equivalent to the mechanical work required for the extracting it. Okay. So next is the psychrometry and air processes in the refrigerator is, number one is the atmospheric air. So atmospheric air is not completely dry, but a mixture of dry air and the water vapor. In atmospheric air, the water content, the content of the water vapor varies from 0 to 3% by mass, and the processes of air conditioning and the food refrigeration involve removing water from the air, which is known as dehumidifying, and adding water to the air, which is known as humidifying. And dry bulb temperature is the temperature of the air as measured by an ordinary thermometer, and the temperature of water vapor is the same as that of the dry air in the moist air, and such thermometer is known as a dry bulb thermometer in psychrometry because its bulb is dry. Okay, so wet bulb thermometer is the thermodynamic adiabatic temperature in an adiabatic saturation process and measured by the wet bulb thermometer. Next is the dew point temperature. When the unsaturated moist air is cooled at a constant vapor pressure or at a constant humidity ratio to a temperature, the moist air becomes saturated and the condensation of the moisture starts, and this temperature is known as dew point temperature of the moist air. Next is the relative humidity, and it is defined as the ratio of mole fraction of the water vapor in a given moist air to the mole fraction of the water vapor in a saturated moist air at the same temperature and the same atmospheric pressure. Relative humidity is usually expressed in terms of percentage. From the ideal gas relations, relative humidity can be expressed as phi is chi W by chi saturated. Okay. Next is the degree of saturation, which is denoted by as the mu, and degree of saturation is defined as the ratio of humidity and ratio of moist air to the humidity ratio of the saturated moist air at the same temperature and the atmospheric pressure. Next parameter is the humidity ratio, and the humidity ratio is the mass kg of water vapor interspersed in each kg of dry air, and it should be noted that the mass of the water refers only to the moisture in actual vapor state and not to any moisture in the liquid state such as dew, frost, fog, or rain. And the humidity ratio, like other several properties to be studied, enthalpy and specific volume in is based on 1 kg of dry air. Next parameter is the specific volume or moist volume. That means the specific volume of a moist air is defined as the total volume of the moist air per kg of the dry air. Next is the specific enthalpy, and it is of the moist air is defined as the total enthalpy of the dry air and the water vapor mixture per kg of the dry air. And enthalpy values are always based on some datum plane, and usually the zero value of the dry air is chosen as the air at the 0 degree Celsius, and zero value of the water vapor is saturated liquid water at 0 degree Celsius. Okay, so what is the psychrometric chart? A psychrometric chart is graphically represent the thermodynamic properties of a moist air, and it is very useful in presenting the air conditioning processes. Okay, and the psychrometric chart is bounded by two perpendicular axes and a curved lines. Okay, so the horizontal axis ordinate axis represents the dry bulb temperature line T, and the vertical ordinate axis represents the humidity ratio line, and the curve shows that the saturated air, and it is corresponding to the relative humidity. Okay, so the psychrometric chart incorporates 7 parameters and properties. They are the dry bulb temperature, relative humidity, wet bulb temperature, dew point temperature, specific volume, humidity ratio, and enthalpy. Okay, so now the principle of refrigeration. Okay, so there are the components of the refrigerator is the receiver or the condenser, expansion valve, evaporation, liquid trap, compressor, and condenser. The main ones are the condenser, expansion valve, and the evaporation, compressor, and the condenser. The receiver or the condenser is the liquid is kept in a container, namely the condenser, and the refrigerant is under pressure. And expansion is a device which controls the rate of the flow of refrigerant into the evaporator. Now the high pressure refrigerant enters the low pressure zone, and by the help of the evaporator, evaporator is nothing but it is consists of a coils. Here the refrigerant evaporates by the absorbing heat from the space, and the energy required for this process is taken from the surrounding. Okay, so in this step, liquid vaporizes, but some liquid still remains. Say, so next is the liquid trap. As the name suggests that the trap, it basically remove the traces of the liquid refrigerant and then return to the receiver, basically condenser. Okay, so next is the compressor. Saturated vapor is allowed to pass through the compressor, and the compression is adiabatic and it produces the supersaturated gases. Next component is the condenser. The saturated gas flows to the condenser where the gas is liquefied, and the condenser can be air cooled, water cooled. Thus, one cycle is completed as shown above, and the process is continued. Okay, so this is the principle of the refrigerator, and in your final exams, question may be asked from the session like what is refrigeration? What are the principle of refrigeration? What are the main components of the refrigerators? What are the components of the refrigerators? Likewise, questions will be asked in your final exams. And one more question is asked in your exams, like what is the definition of 1 ton of refrigeration? So prepare accordingly. And thank you so much for watching this video.